Hello everybody and welcome to Do You Love Your Mum and Her Two-Hit Multi-Target Attacks Anime Review, the whole shebang, because I didn't do it week by week because Friday is a busy day. Friday was a lot of anime on Friday, couldn't really add this one, but I caught up for a video I was making. It's on the other channel, the video. It's about the isekai of this season. But this anime itself, okay. I don't know how I do know how I feel about this show. I was enjoying myself for a couple of episodes, and then it started annoying me. That's first few episodes I was like, yeah, this is alright, it's pretty funny at points. And then it just got to the point where it's like, no, I stopped smiling. I lost my smile. You know what? I'm gonna refer to my notes because I got a lot of stuff. First thing, she needs to raise a better kid. That kid is a dickhead to her. Bloody Masato. I would never speak to my mum the way he speaks to her. I mean, it kind of does strike a chord because all teenagers were dicks at one point. You all lashed out at your parents. I know I did. And it was just like, yeah, okay, I get that. That makes sense. Fine. Okay. The show, it's really trying to be Konosuba. Like, really trying. Like, legit, there are parts that you could take out, put in Konosuba, and they'd probably be funnier. Yeah, it's like I said, first few episodes, I had an alright time. But after that, the biggest problem for me, I guess I'll just get right into the biggest problem for me. I'm going to be talking about spoilers, so if you don't want to know what happened, then, yeah, leave probably, because I'm going to go full in on spoilers. So the thing that I think this show is where it started falling apart is when it is its main conflicts, if you will, because they're quite serious problems. And I'm not saying the show didn't do them very well, but the show didn't do it very well. Like, I'll give an example. Wise's arc, the first arc, her mum is a dick. Her mum didn't want anything to do with her, went off with other blokes and all that. Whatever, fine. I was like, this could be quite interesting, but I don't think this is the right show for it, and it wasn't, because they tried to make... The way they did it was just really silly, because in real life, I know you should never mix the two, right? But real life, there are some parents that don't see their kids. It's not nice, but it happens. But here it's just like, no, kids should love their parents no matter what, and vice versa. I'm like, well, that's suspension disbelief is like, well, that's not how that works, I'm like, no, I don't... Yeah, didn't like that. It felt very forced when they reconciled at the end. I was like, no, it just didn't. It just wasn't. In a way, wasn't. I don't want to use the word realistic because I hate that word, but it wasn't a realistic ending. It was suspension of disbelief. Was like, okay, this would never happen, And a similar thing with Medi's arc. First of all, Medi's whole arc was, I thought, really boring. Like, it was funny for 10 minutes, maybe, really maybe. But then it was just like, oh, get on with it, and they didn't get on with it, and then they got on with it, and it was just like, her mum's transformation was even more ridiculous. Like, she was like, 1 minute, like within like 5 minutes, she's like, evil, not evil, but like controlling asshole. Medi's gone a bit mad because she's like, I thought you were doing it for me, but you're not. You're doing it for yourself, or whatever. And I know the gem was controlling her or whatever, but that's not a good excuse. Yeah, then Mamako gives her a talking to, and she's like, you're right, I've seen the error of my ways for the last 17 years. I'm now a good parent. Medi says it best, she's like, it's too late for you to start acting like a real parent. But no, then they reconcile too, and again, feels forced. That was my biggest problem with this show, is like, Konosuba, I'm going to use it as a comparison because it's the obvious comparison. Konosuba's problems have stupid comedic solutions. Like, where the part where Darkness gets cursed or whatever, she's going to die in 3 days, Aqua just heals it. And it's like, oh, a massive anti-climax, but that's the joke. Here it's like, it's funny, and then it's like, serious issue, serious solution, but the solution is really unbelievable and doesn't work at all. It's just, it really annoyed me. But that's not why anyone's here. Everyone watched this show was here just for some Okasan action, some, I'll say the word, some MILF action. That's what everyone was here for. and I guess to some degree that it delivered, because she is the best character in this show, Mamako. Everyone else is a bit negligible, but she's alright. But even she can get on your nerves after a while. And I never want to hear the word mum, or mummy, or mother ever again. This isn't isekai with mum. Like, I thought that's what this would be. It's a typical isekai, but the mum's there, and there'll be some funny moments to do with that. This is not isekai with mum. This is the mum isekai. Everything in this show revolves around mum and mums and mothers and all that. Everything. The towns are named after mum, and that's funny for a while. All of this is like funny for us. Like, everything's about mums. But then you get to the end and you're like, no, I'm sick of it. When's the dad isekai? I'm not even gonna. I said it, but I don't want that. I don't want to say that as a joke. It's really frustrating because I really wanted to like this show, like really, because this was the late. Like, I watched the other three isekais and I watched this a bit later. I really wanted to like this because the other three isekais have not been good this season. But for a while I was like, yeah, it's good, and I was like, oh no, it's falling apart. It's falling apart. Luckily, I guess on a technical level, it's fine. Like, there was no massive animation blunders. The music was fine. You know, there was no blunders there. Like, it's not a technical failure. It's just everything surrounding it. It's just, I ran out of notes, I've noticed. I thought this would be longer. That's the other thing, I just remembered. It's not in my notes, but it's fine. 1 minute, it showed like, sort of, not flip genres, but it's like, here, it's being a parody. Now, it's super ecchi with slime and Okasan nudity, and that's fine, that's a fine thing, and I'm not going to complain about that. And then 2 minutes later, it's going to be like, super serious life lesson, child parent bonding experience, and it's like, no, it's not the type of show where I can take a life lesson from it. What I think, I'm not a person who makes anything, obviously, but I think this should have stuck to being a pure parody. Should have not gone for the super serious mum issues, like with the, you know, parents leaving and parents being super controlling, because that's like real life serious stuff. If they were going to do that, this wasn't the show to do it, I don't think, because there was really no winning. The way they chose to resolve it was not realistic and not very good. But if they had made it a joke, then they're making it light of a serious thing. I'm not one of those people. I wouldn't have got offended. I'm not offended by any of this, but I'm just like, it didn't make for a good watch, in my opinion. If you enjoyed this show, that is fine. I can absolutely see why you would. Another thing this show does, I guess I'll just briefly talk. We're probably approaching the end. It repeats, you know, like running gags, right? Running gags can work well. They don't in this show. The running gag, the main one, I guess, is Wise always gets her magic sealed, and it happens a lot. First few times I was like, yeah, that's pretty funny, and then no, I wasn't amused the first time. I've lied to you there. First time I was like that, but then it happens like 6 more times, and it's like, okay, let's get on with it. There was one good joke, not a recurring joke, but they like do loot boxes, like a gacha thing. That was pretty funny, because anyone who's dived into gacha hell can attest. You never get what you want. So the solution is to never want anything. But yeah, this show, I wouldn't say it was disappointment, because I wasn't getting my hopes up. But, you know, still wish it would have been better. But yeah. So, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review, end of series review. I don't typically do a lot of these, but I was watching it, so I might as well, you know. I'll see you in whatever video you decide to watch next. Subscribe and stuff for more reviews, and also on the main channel there's scripted stuff. There's that isekai video I mentioned earlier. It's on the other channel. It talks about all of them. This one, the other 3, which I've forgotten the names of off the top of my head. I know them, but my brain's farted. Ari Ferretta, Demon Lord Retry, and the other one, the bad one, Isekai Cheat Magician. Those 4. Yeah, it's on the other channel. I'll see you in the next video you decide to watch, and bye guys.